I cannot say enough how happy you should be of what's happening. We are in the middle of a revolution right now. And enough can't be said to explain this. We are in the middle of a revolution. And today is going to be, I think, one of the best examples of what needs to be done, what we need to do, what I suggest that we're going to do. But the good news is what is happening. And what they are doing is they are telling you incrementally what is happening. If you watch Fox News, let's assume, or forget the other cable news, but if you watch Fox News, you will not know what is happening regarding the discussion regarding vaccines and vaccinology and the notion of biomedical martial law. You'll know nothing about that. You will not know what is happening regarding the discussions of reopening, and reinvestigating 9/11, Building 7. This is going on right now at levels nobody in that godforsaken, scaredy cat, spineless group at Fox News would ever tell you anything about that. And that Douglas Murray will never tell you what's actually going on in the Middle East. If you don't disabuse yourself of those people, that's number one. Untether, unconnect, disconnect. But also, see for yourself what is happening. The revolution that is here. It blows my mind. We have been with subjects for 23 years, and there has never been so much as a discussion of anything. People have been just pushed out of the way by a radical left, shadow government controlled gatekeeping system that didn't allow you to even broach the subject, irrespective of what you wanted to say. That's over with now. Then they are freaking out. And one of the aspects, one of the additions to this plate and palette of information is the addition of Elon Musk. And they think they can push him and Trump around. And he's driving them crazy because they're saying, where is it that he is a part of the government? Where we upon it have said, who has been in charge of Joe Biden and the Democratic Party and the administration? It was the shadow government. So right now, the shadow government and the deep state, they're planning a pre-inauguration coup, or at least they're trying to, because this is going to be the Texas death match. Let me stand by for a second, my friends. If you think I'm exaggerating, you are not reading this thing right. First, my friends, welcome. Make sure you are subscribed to Lionel Nation. Lionel Nation, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed. I can't say this enough. Before we begin, before we get into this, and I got to calm down, this important word from our sponsor. Don't eat breakfast until you learn about caloric bypass. Your breakfast is setting you up for the entire day to either gain weight or lose it. And the term breakfast literally means to break your fast that you started the night before. About 4 hours after you eat dinner, your body switches from the nutrients we get from food to the stored glycogen we have in our bodies. Once glycogen stores are depleted, typically after 8 to 12 hours of fasting, the body shifts to burning fat for energy. Fatty acids are released from fat stores where they are converted into ketone bodies through a process called ketogenesis. Then, when you eat breakfast in the morning, the body starts the cycle again. This is where the caloric bypass comes into play. Dr. Gundry, a heart surgeon in California, learned that if you break your nightly fast with something called MCTs, or medium chain triglycerides, you can actually keep burning fat throughout the day and use it for energy. But there are specific types of foods that contain these MCTs. Using this breakfast breakthrough, He was able to lose 70 pounds just through diet, and he did this in his 60s. And you can find out all about it in his exact method by going to thehealthyfat.com/Lionel. That's thehealthyfat.com/Lionel, or click on the link in the description box below. It's important to remember that everyone's body processes fat differently, and it all depends on your unique metabolic type, which is why in the video he released for my special viewers, he talks all about it. It really is quite fascinating and might change the way you think about health. Go to thehealthyfat.com/Lionel or click on the link in the description box below. I want to say a couple of things here. First, in no particular order, today is Veterans Day, and I've got to say something right off the bat. The way the way that we have paid lip service to veterans is a mortal sin, specifically veterans who have been hurt, injured, suffered, just not taken care of. There are people from generations ago who, in the prime of their life, were plucked out of their lives and forced to go to Vietnam for a war we still don't understand. Imagine that you're 18 years old, you're ready to go to school, and you got this thing in the mail. You think wearing a mask was bad? You think you think having to upload your your vax credentials or whatever it is, everything, and you're going to go to a war zone, and if you're black or poor, oh, forget it. Rich folks got deferments, Dick Cheney. What do you get, 5 of them? So these people, they went and they had to put a uniform on and go to some place to fight some stupid war that we still don't understand. I hate war. And I hate, see if you can figure this out. I hate the way that we fetishize war and our soldiers. I hate it. I saw something the other day that made me sick. It was about the United, some patriotic piece. I forget what it was. Allegedly patriotic. And what it was all of the jets and helicopters and military and guns and flights, and I'm thinking, whoa. I'm not proud of that. That's not, excuse me. Where did you get that from? Where did you get this from? This is the United States? War? Planes? Death? Destruction? Apache helicopters? F-35? The Blue Angels? Aircraft carriers? What is this? What are you talking about? This is nuts. This is destruction. This is death. It's not what it's not what the United States is about. No. I don't get this. That's like saying, for example, America, and we have riot control. People going to riot police with shields, maintaining order, law and order. Lights and wait a minute. What kind of image are we saying? Law and order. And then we have these shows. This is the biggest psyop I've ever seen in my life. And you're falling for this. Have you seen these people on TV? Name them, Sean Ryan. I was a Navy SEAL, SEAL Team 6. The guy who supposedly killed bin Laden. How many total are there? What, about 8 or 9? The man who killed bin Laden? What are you talking about? We've got these people sitting here with these tats and it's CIA. Whose word? Is it Delta Force or CIA? Or is it this and that? Little boys, God bless them, fighting in Somalia and Afghanistan? For what? And they're doing this and they're making something. Ooh, this is cool. Yeah, I was SEAL Team 6. I was SEAL Team. What did you do? What is it, SEAL Team 6? For what? When was the last time we ever fought a war that we had to do it? What was it, World War II? What are you talking about? And now we got these people like Douglas Murray. They're just going. We're going to go to Iran. we're going to go after Iran, and we're going to get Iran. And we're going to just cause the entire Middle East to flame up because we have been told that for some reason, Hamas is our enemy. Iran is our enemy. And we got to get Iran, and Russia's our enemy. No. Bullshit. No more. End of it. Stop lionizing war. This is not what I'm proud of. When I go like this, I don't think of the 82nd Airborne. What are you talking about? We're in what, 700 countries? 700 or 750 bases in 80 countries? What do we know? President Trump never sent anybody into war. Afghanistan was the best part. Is why did we leave Afghanistan? Why were we in Afghanistan? What is the matter with us? And every time I see these war, hey, how are you? Yeah, we were SEAL teams. I was an operator. Look, I'm not trying to mock these people, but I'm saying, no. I want to talk about somebody who did good. We're the United States. I don't want people to impress upon incredible firepower. This is PSYOP. This is CIA, DOD, Intel, whatever you want to call it. You are being played. This is menticide. This is brainwashing. This is propaganda. We're never going to have to require another conventional war ever. As long as there's Raytheon, as long as there's General Diane, whatever it is, as long as that's why we're doing this. NATO and these frauds, it infuriates me. I love the way we say, come on, son. Hey, let's go to the air base. Look at this. What's that? Is that the F-35? Was it the stealth? Ooh, great. What are we doing? They're going to bomb people with it. They're going to kill people with it. Well, the enemy. What do you mean the enemy? What do you mean the enemy? I don't understand this. We have to change the way we're thinking about it. This isn't my country. We're so good. Respect us because we'll kill you. We'll kill you. We have more people and more ways to kill you. And we love killing so much that we start Super Bowls with it, football games. Oh, we love this. We just love this. It is disgusting. I know we need military. I know we need surgical blades and different ways to amputate. But we don't go out looking for it. We do it reluctantly. But when you go into the hospital to check into admitting, you don't have like saws on the wall. Like, did you see our new saw collection? We have the best amputation suite in the world. What is going on here? And another thing too, I appreciate this. Vietnam had nothing to do with keeping me free. I don't know why do you say that all the time? Those Marines that keep us free. Nobody. After World War II, it ended. Korea? Do you think that is the worst of the worst of the worst? Why do you keep saying that? And I'm proud to be in America where I think I'm free, and all the people who fought and died for me. Who fought and died for me? World War II. I'll give you that one. Fascism? Absolutely. That's it. And the more you keep this trope up, the more you keep these tropisms and these themes and these dreamy, imaginary fantasies about, that I'm speaking free. I can't even talk about events that happened here in New York 23 years ago. You can't talk about suspicions you have about vaccine protocols. You can't talk about things that you think about in terms of elections that may have been incorrect. You can't. Kids can't. And this Elise Stefanik is going to be the UN ambassador. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? This is the woman. She goes, I was so proud. I got rid of those. Ivy League principals. Why? The Claudine gang? Why? Because of what? Why was that again? Why? Because they allowed people. Violence is one thing, but all of a sudden, you are proud because students were crushed intellectually, theoretically, for daring to, on our campuses, in our country, to protest against a foreign country? You want her to be in charge of the UN? Oh, this is great. Oh, terrific. Well, why don't we just, you know what? Why don't we just turn it over? Let other people, let certain world factions. You know, we talk about the New World Order. This is a New World Order. What are you doing? You think she's going to give, you're going to lambaste NATO? I don't think so. I don't think so. I had to sit there and hear this woman brag. If you want to go on a college campus and you're peaceful, remember that's one thing. And if you want to say the most stupid thing in the world, the stupid thing about, let's say, you don't like France, you don't like Germany, you don't like green bananas, whatever. I don't care what it is. Say it. But this woman basically was proud, like, yay! They were told they're kowtowing to foreign countries who are paying them to do their bidding. Excuse me. You're in the United States Congress and you are proudly, look, I don't care if they shut down Ivy Leagues, talk about what they do, about their curriculum, that's fine. I don't care about that. But you're proud about crushing dissent? This is 1968 again. What do you think stopped the Vietnam War? Believe it or not, it wasn't. It was protest. Oh, I don't fit into this. I don't fit into any of this. And if I see that sniveling, stuck-up little prissy Douglas Murray one more time, I'm gonna puke. And where do you hear that? Fox News. And where do you hear General Keane? Fox News. From the Institute for the Study of War, whatever it's called now, the Kagans and the Newlands, Fox News. And these are the same people who tell me that if I say, stop killing innocent people, I'm anti-Semitic, and you pick her as the ambassador to the UN? You need to go in there, somebody, to destroy the UN, to sit here and be this turd in the punch bowl. Oh, I mean, this is where I say, President Trump, do you have any idea what you're talking about? You want to say anything about another country? I don't care. But this is the United States. And we can say any goddamn thing we want about anybody. A foreign country. What was that again? A foreign country. Money that we're sending that we don't have to a foreign country. Ukraine. This group of people, when I saw the Congress run out and kiss the ass of this Zelensky, it was disgusting. No. That's number one. Number two, Mr. President, I know it was last week. It'll be a week tomorrow. Did I hear you say you're going to talk about maybe helping to relieve the Republicans' debt? Did I hear that? Anybody hear that? Did you hear something about Trump or somebody saying, it will be okay for us to maybe help these people? We've got money. Did I hear that correctly? Did I hear? Did you hear that? Am I hearing that? Who heard this? Did I hear this? Can you believe this? This is I'm thinking to myself, what? Somebody better get him and teach him to be brutal. Absolutely the most brutal thing anyone has ever seen. But let's talk about brutal. The best thing. Now, let me explain something to you. And I want you to understand something. And I want you to make sure you get what I'm doing 100%. I am not going to be one of these people like these. I don't even know if she's still on. I have no idea. This Hi, Tommy. I'm Tommy Lahren. Hi. Yay, Trump. Hi, Melina Haba. Hi. Yay. You don't think that, do you? I hope you don't think that that's my thing, that that's what I do. I hope you don't think I'm a cheerleader. I know you don't think that. I know you don't think I'm a cheerleader because I have been through it with this guy like you, and I'm proud to have been a part of this. And I love what he's done, and I was so happy to see this. But if you think that I'm going to sit back and just sign off on everything, you're out of your mind. Because I am more steadfast. I am more committed today than I ever was to what I believed. More committed today. And the same thing goes for you too. I think I can speak for you. We're not going to sit back. Don't ever take us for granted. Don't ever think that you say, well, he's on board. Whoa. What do you mean we're on board? What are you talking about? What are you talking about we're on board? What? What do you mean? Do you think that we're just going to sit back and everything's groovy? Oh, no. Now let's talk about something. The best thing he's done, in addition, the best thing is to get Tom Homan in. Mrs. L and I, we went to a number of events with Tom Homan, and you introduced me to Tom Homan. This guy is as tough as nails. This is what we need.
You're the member.
We agree on that.
Fix it.
We agree. Mr. Homan, you have said that most immigrants are, quote, not criminals other than the criminal act that they do when they enter the country illegally. That is why I think we ought to revisit decriminalizing desperation, striking sections 1325 and 1326 of Title 8 of the U.S. Code, the statutes that the administration has leveraged to separate thousands of children from their families. Mr. Homan, do you understand that the consequences of separation of many children will be lifelong trauma and carried across generations? Have we not learned from the internment of Japanese Americans? Mr. Homan, I'm a father. Do you have children?
Internment?
How can you possibly allow this to happen under your watch? Do you not care? Is it because these children don't look like children that are around you? I don't get it. Have you ever held a deceased child in your arms?
First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country. I've served my country for 34 years.
I find your comments
this is out of
disgusting
control.
as well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back of that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life were like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member of Congress.
We agree on that.
Fix it.
We agree on that, but I disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrants as prone to criminality.
People for 3 decades.
Let him go.
Gentleman's time has expired.
No one in this room has seen what I've seen in my 34-year career.
Very well.
No one has experienced what I've experienced. I saw many dead bodies coming across this border. And you want to talk about the memo? This memo is one option to stop death. Not just about enforcing the law, stop death. If you want to legalize illegal immigration, good luck with that, because it's going to get a hell of a lot worse on that border. If you say, well, okay, from now on, there will be no consequence, no deterrence. It's not illegal to come to this country illegally. More families will come. 31% women would be raped. More children would die. We're a nation of laws. If you don't like it, sir, change it. You're the legislator. I'm the executive branch. And I've served my country honorably for 34 years. And I will not sit here and have anybody say that I don't care about children because you're not the same color as my children.
Thank you very much.
Do you remember, honey, when we had, he talked about a little boy whose either his pajamas or his underpants or something reminded him He told this story of this little boy he alluded to. We saw him and met him. He's a great guy. And when he speaks, he's the same. And he was flying around. They threatened his family, and this is Homan. He talked about a little boy, and he said this boy was in, I believe they were being trafficked in. They were in the back of a cattle, not a cattle car, but a truck or something, and they all suffocated. And this little boy, and he said he remembers either the pajama tops or his diapers or something. And it was the most poignant story in the world. This is the best thing in the world. Let him loose. Mr. President, do me a favor, sir. We helped you and God bless you. Let him loose. Let it be so that when Homan walks in, people run. Let him loose. Back him up. And most important, and this is what I ask everybody here to do, with the exception of somebody who is actually in office, ignore these people. The only time you were to ever reference anything that anybody says is if there's any chance of it actually coming to fruition. I don't care what, from Whoopi Goldberg, it's fun to mock them. Oh, that we can do. That's fun. That's schadenfreude. I know that. But we have got to ignore them. Now they're saying, well, we're going to investigate Elon Musk. Investigate this. What are you talking about? So what? We're breaking the rules. God bless this man, Homan. God bless him, Tom Homan. This is what? Watch.
I wish somebody in Democratic leadership would say that out loud. Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get me go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one witness, one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member.
Don't talk
respect
like
the
that.
chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer.
Yes. You work for me.
I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
Good for you. Good. I love this.
The witness will suspend.
I love that. You work for me. How many times have I told you that about President Trump? I love that man. I love that man. Woo! Okay, got that out of the way. You work for me. Now it gets real good. Ready for this? Here comes Sandy.
Your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo?
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Yes. Yes. Say it.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their...
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his family.
Mr. Homan, with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way.
Right.
The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
See, this is the thing. I want you to listen to me very carefully. And remember, I'm telling you this. I want you to remember this, okay? Listen to me carefully. Hypothetically, ask your friends this whenever this story comes up. Ask your friends this, okay? A husband and wife are from France. They are French citizens. She's pregnant. The wife is pregnant. They come to New York. While staying at wherever it is, the hotel, she gives birth. The baby is born in this country. Theoretically, one could argue it's a U.S. citizen. Theoretically, we can argue about this later. Now, let me ask you a question. When the baby is born and the mother is released from the hospital, what do they do with that baby? They go back to France. Why? That's where they live. Yeah, but the baby's born here. But that's where the parents live. Yeah, but the baby's born here. I don't give a damn when the baby's born. The parents live there. What if a baby's born on a boat in international waters? It could be the flagship. It could be the port. There's all kinds of rules about this. What is this idea that says if a child is here and you separate the family, you see what they're doing? It happens all the time. The parents, illegal, and the child go back. And if you're unable to show any kind of, now, it's interesting when you have these unaccompanied minors, that's a different story. It's a different story. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. It never ceases. They think they've got you with this. And until we see buses, white buses, the buses that we saw all the time. Remember that time in Jersey, that diner? There were buses, no riding. We knew exactly what they were. You go to the Teterboro Airport, you go to Westchester, you go to that what's the airport next to, right near Trump? Morristown. All these planes, Westchester Airport, we see this all over the place until you see this. And you see, here's a bag, get on the bus, get out. Unless you see this, this doesn't make any sense. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. You're going to have to pick these people up. And when you do, you iris scan them. Biometrics, bioscan, fingerprints, iris scan. You come back and we already got you. Get up. We got you. Use this. Ask Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Silicon Valley. Tag these people. Sounds almost terrible. I don't mean to dehumanize them in that respect, but just like you would tag, like we care about, endangered species. And the only endangered species I know, it's the American citizen who's being crowded out of his environment because of these people. Unless and until you see people move, this means nothing. This is all titular. This is all theoretical. This is all talk. This is all nonsense. Unless you think, wow. Just like you saw these people sleeping outside in front of the Roosevelt Hotel or in front of the Watson on 57th Street. These people, unless you've seen, just like we saw the Tren de Aragua, all these people, swarms, it means nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing. The president cannot back off on this. Did you see a bunch of them turn around and go the other way? I'm not talking about machine gunning people. I'm not talking about killing people. This is simple. I don't know why they want to do this. I don't know what the reason behind this. I have no idea. I don't care. That's it. There is no excuse for this. None. Nothing short of this. Nothing.
Message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home. I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
And to correct it, people love to say, you know, Israel has killed more Americans than Hamas, which is true, the Liberty, we all know that. But these people, the cartels, have killed more, and with China, have killed more Americans than anybody else. I love the way we're selective. Well, that doesn't matter. Well, this matters. Well, that doesn't matter. There are people who will worry about the thinning herds of the wombat or whatever it is until it absolutely blows my mind. Let me stop for 1 second and remind you of something, dear friends. This is my mission. Because they're talking about geoengineering, and they're talking about Building 7, and they're talking about stuff that I've been talking about for years. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm thinking they're actually talking about what I was talking about. But I'm going to talk to you right now about preparedwithlionel.com. My friends, let me see if I can explain this in any way other than this. Right now, preparedwithlionel.com, they have, you probably haven't been there. And you're probably thinking, well, you know, I was at Costco. They got nice little things here. We're not talking about that. 3-month emergency kits that are incredible. Look at this. How about they've got solar power and cooking emergency food kits, Alexa Pure Pro Ultimate Flow Water, biomass. This is the most, this stuff kills me. How about emergency drinking water in pouches, chlorine dioxide water treatment? It goes on. Survival Scout preparedness. This is the most comprehensive site, preparedwithlionel.com. There's veteran sales. There's replacement in case your stuff is destroyed in a natural disaster. There is simply nothing like preparedwithlionel.com. Do it now. Don't get lulled into this. Well, everything's going to be okay. Really? Really? Let me explain something also, dear friends. And I thank you for this. Let me see if I can explain this. The other day in, what was it, Saturday in Jersey, there's these wildfires. All of a sudden, wildfires. So I asked Mrs. L, is anybody planning on building anything? Why is there another wildfire? What's going on with this thing? We have got to change the way we think in this country. Start getting suspicious. Howie Brown, by the way, gifted 10 Lionel Nation partnerships. Did you hear this? Thank you, Howie. Raul says, do the Dems have their brass knuckles on? No, but don't. We'll get to them in a moment. Pilgrim Media says, my uncle was killed in the Battle of the Bulge. My grandfather was in the Pacific. My father was a career Army officer. I was Air Force. I won justice on the Dems. And thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you for this. There are many, many people who do wonderful things. And I mean, my father was in the military. He was at an officer's mess. He just did his thing. There are people who do logistical. There was no war at the time. I appreciate it. He had to do it. But I don't mean any disrespect for them. But don't send our men and women to be killed. No stuff in it. I'm with you, Sparky. No Brian Hook. I'm with you. I'm tired of these hacks. Keep France out of it. Thank you so much. Just to reiterate, no Stephanie, no Brian Hook. Thank you. I like that. Just to reiterate, just to clarify. Evan Webb says, Mark Levin thinks neocon means anti-Zionist. Okay. That all it will let me say on this. All right. That's an old story. 2 morning show hosts gone from talk radio this morning, right before Simone. Talk radio is really finished. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Mel and no. Johnny, What are you talking about? What does that mean? 2 radio hosts. Johnny Maz. Hold on. What are you talking about? Johnny Maz says, frog. Johnny Maz, what happened with this? Fill me in. What are you talking about? Hang on a minute. I don't know what to tell you. This is where I got to ask people, well, can you, I love when you don't give me enough information. Like somebody will say, oh yeah? Well, what does that mean? Prove it. Prove what? Sparky says, keep in mind, Israel has killed many more Americans than Iran. Remember the USS Liberty? Yes, I know that. Thank you. I've said it before. And also Mexico has killed even more than that. Keep in mind that Mexico has killed more. There's no doubt about that. Let me read about this. Warning shows, daytime shows are dead. Yes, we know that. I don't know what you're talking about. Maz said something. Okay, whatever. This I want to see. Let me show you what I want to show you. I had something from. Did I have this here? Oh, this is the worst. Remember, we're talking about vaccines and epidemiology. We're talking about Bobby Kennedy. We're talking about a lot of things. We're talking about, believe it or not, next is going to be geoengineering and the like. We're talking about Building 7. You should see what they're talking about. Richard Gage, for the longest time, pushed out of the way. Dane Wigington pushed out of the way. They've been here forever. And now all of a sudden people say, what is this about? What is this about? What's going on with this? I am shocked. I am so happy. And I love what people are saying. I say, where have you been? Where have you been? This is the thing which I want people to understand. I say, where have you been? Let me see something here. Let me see here. Oh, posted. WMEC. Oh, read the. Oh, honey, look. Oh, I see. You had some news directors that were changed. Oh, okay. Did you see this? It's. Let me see. I'll send this thing to you. Yeah, this is WFL. I mean WFL. This is WOR. Yeah, I think they got rid of a news director and a executive producer. So I don't know. We'll talk about that. You got to be a little bit. Johnny Maz, there he is. He says, won't let me type their names, and the sports guy and the theater guy. They're gone? No, anyway, we'll see about this. I'm sorry. This is terrible. This is terrible podcasting when. Anyway, we'll stop right there. Where do I go back? Okay. As you may or may not know, in the event you're listening to me for the first time, I am not a conspiracist. I know what you're thinking. You're going to say, what? No. I'm always telling somebody, no, I'm not trying to talk about it. Whenever 9/11 comes up, people always say, it's an inside job. I say, no. We don't know anything about that. You're pointing to evidence. You're talking about physical evidence, architectural evidence, gravity. We're talking about all this other kind of stuff. That's a different story. This is different. We're not talking about this. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you could say, hey, this building didn't fall the way that it doesn't mean that it's CIA or Dick Cheney. You see what I'm saying? Just because you point something wrong. If I walk into a room and I see there's a crime scene and I say, wait a minute, this lady here, she didn't die. It wasn't a suicide. It was a homicide. It's the husband. No, I don't know if it's a husband. People don't know how to make these changes. But this is the worst show. This is the worst. This is this woman.
Okay, so
this is a show called News Nation, right? But 4 people watch this, which is nice. I guess. I don't even know where it is. But this is Elizabeth Vargas or something. She's one of these retreads. It's like the land of the misfit toys. Ashley Banfield, all the people who've been, shit canned or moved or whatever it is, they ended up at this place in this last gasp. But, come on, because this format is dead. It's dead. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Decision 24 Town Hall. So they get this Vargas. By the way, she was married to Mark Cohn. Remember, Walking in Memphis. Okay. And she had a drinking problem, and that's great. Now she's pulled her life together. But anyway, she's now on there, and her job is not to let, they're going to invite Bobby Kennedy on and then argue with him about vaccine research. Let's going to get Marty McCary on next, because she is a shill for the usual suspects. She is a corporate shill. She's an apparatchik. She's part of the proxy from the shadow government. These people need to be flushed like through an enema. We need to get rid of these people. They're like this human bezoar. You got it? These people are horrid. Horrid. This is why this is dead. They've done more to impede. They clog this system. All right, enough about that. Watch this. Bobby Kennedy Jr., listen, for as screwed up as he is sexually and socially and the women, God, do we need him? Listen.
Okay, so, I think most people don't know what my stance is on vaccines. I've never been anti-vaccine.
Let me say this again. He is not against vaccines. Vaccine. Nobody is. You can't be. You can't say, they don't work. Yeah, they do. Oh, no, they don't. Yeah, they do. Not all the time. I mean, if they're tested, but yes, the idea surgery doesn't work. Yes, it does. Hypodermic needles don't work. Yes, they do. Don't know what you're putting into them, but yes, they work. You see how people confuse? Oh, vaccines don't work. Smallpox. No, they work. No. Sorry, Pasteur. There's a point there. How they're used, for the particular reason they're used, what kind is a different story. All right, so here's Bobby Kennedy. And wait till you see this Vargas this is when I lose it. Watch what she does, because she just can't sit there. Somebody's probably telling her, like, stop him. There goes our big pharma commercials or whatever it is. We can't let this happen. Jump in.
And I've said that hundreds and hundreds of times, but it doesn't matter. Because that is a way of silencing me.
Yes.
Using that pejorative to describe me is a way of silencing or marginalizing me. My position on vaccines, I think, virtually every American would agree with my stance on vaccines, which is that vaccines should be tested like other medicines.
Now, wait. Now, guess what? Vargas, the expert, I think it's Vargas. I think it's, I'll stand corrected. If she has another name, let me know. But what?
Should be safety tested.
That's her.
And unfortunately,
I'll put it this way. I think that's Vargas. They don't have her name. It's a lady in the red dress. Okay.
The vaccines are not safety tested. They're not. There's of the 72 vaccine doses now mandated, essentially mandated. They're recommended, but they're really mandated. For American children, none of them, not one, has ever been subject to a pre-licensing placebo-controlled trial.
Yes, they have.
Who are you? This is where I say that's it. That's where I can't take this. Now you're an expert in this? You know about this? You know about this? There we go. Yep, there we go. Well, it's Vargas. Yep. Anti-vaccine. This is from Facebook News Nation. Look at this. This is you're gonna believe this. Look at this. I gotta tell you this. Elizabeth Vargas, on their Facebook page, under her picture, anti-vaccine activist. RFK Jr. Challenging Biden in 2024. Anti-vaccine activist under their Facebook page, News Nation, Vargas, anti-vaccine. He said it. God damn it. He said it 1,000,000 times. This is why I hate these people. Just let the man speak. You don't know anything about this. Who is this lady and this cockamamie fakakta show and this network that's going to be out of business before you know it, as is all of them, because it's over and done with? My God. Do you not see this? Do you not? We can go through all this, but you can listen to this. He talks about this. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. It just, oh, you have no idea. This is why I hate these people. I swear to God, oh my God. And by the way, if you're trying to type something, a name, just spell it. You know who's the best at this? Sparky. They wouldn't let Sparky type good. So he wrote Doog. And Doog is what we call it here. George Soros, by 220 radio stations, will that have an impact on anything? Radio stations? Okay, I don't know. Will baby monitors have it? CB radio? Sparky weighs in with Soros is a tool of the CIA since the Cold War, when he set up his NGOs to foment discord in Eastern Europe. So when people complain about Soros' evil deeds, they're complaining about CIA evil deeds. Absolutely. And I also believe, Sparky, that if you know the name of somebody, they're not in charge. Brennan and Riedel, they were the hosts of the show. Well, they were gone. Honey, I don't know. We'll see about this. Thank you. I'll check this out. Now, my question to you is simply this. Let us continue, dear friends. Let us continue with what is happening. First, listen to this. Now, remember, officially speaking, for whatever it's worth, I believe in the notion of this thing called pro-choice. I don't think a woman who has an abortion should go to prison, because if you're pro-life, that means there's no exception. It's a human being, and if you have an abortion, that's murder, and that's it. I'm not for that. Okay, you got that? I'm not for that. But listen carefully to this. This will blow your mind. Listen to this one.
Absolute truth. I did 1,200 abortions, first and second trimester.
1,200.
One was for rape, 2 were for incest, about 9 or 10 were for genetic defects like trisomy 21, and
That's
all
Downs.
The rest of them were healthy moms and healthy kids.
Listen to this one more time, just for the record. Listen to him very carefully.
But this is the absolute truth. I did 1,200 abortions, first and second trimester.
1,200 abortions. 1,200.
One was for rape.
One was for rape. I'm sorry, I'm repeating this, but I just want I want to stop. 1 out of 1,200. Okay, let me just say this. 1 divided by 1,200 is 0.00. So this is 0.08%. Okay, you got that? That's 1.
2 were for incest.
Double that.
About 9 or 10 were for genetic defects like trisomy 21, and all the rest of them were healthy moms and healthy kids. People believe what they want to believe, and they don't want to believe that, but that is the truth. Yeah. I killed 1,200 kids. How can you make up for even one of them? I can't. So now I do everything I can to save as many as I can.
Okay, you know what I say about that? This is what I want to say. Just tell me the facts. Tell me. If you say that the police are killing black men, tell me the number. If you tell me that this causes it, tell me the number. Tell me the truth. Tell me what you're talking about. That's all I'm saying. Just tell me the truth. Don't lie to me. That's all I'm saying. Don't lie to me. Sparky says the things to emphasize about vaccines is why so many? When we were kids, there were only a handful required. Now there are dozens. Okay, let me stop right now. Let me go on the record officially. Ready for this? Okay, here we go. Number 1, whoever is not a physician or an epidemiologist, raise your hand. I don't know this. I don't know this. I don't know this. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you one way or another what is and isn't true. I don't know. I'm not. I say all of a sudden, overnight, everybody's into seed oils. That got But that's seed oil. Okay, fine. Everybody. So you know how we get into something. We get into something. We just, all of a sudden, okay, fine. What I'm saying is simply this. Number one, do you don't you have the right to say no to a mandatory introduction of something into your body that might now be untested? Yes or no? And regarding a substance made by a company that has complete and total statutory immunity from any kind of problems that are associated with you. If you think to me that I don't have a say, I think it's what is it? Jacobson was a Supreme Court case from 1905. So listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about this one works. Well, how come we have so many vaccines? I don't know. Let's look into this. You could also say, we don't have so many vitamins. When I was a kid, we had a Flintstones multiples. Now we got GNC. Well, maybe we're better at it. I don't know. I don't assume I know everything. But what I can't stand is when this Elizabeth Vargas at this that station and Facebook, after he says, I'm not anti-vaccine. He says it. And what did they put on there? Anti-vaccine. And the name of there is what? News. What was it again? News Nation. They don't even know. News means nothing to these people. It's just a phrase. It's like light and natural. And finally, this. Frankenstein, the creepiest dude on TV. Listen to this no shit obviousness.
The New York Times estimates that Harris will lose the...
First of all, if you woke up and this guy, if you looked in your peephole and you saw this, you'd think, lock the door. What the hell is this? This guy scares me. He scares the hell out of me.
The national popular vote by about 1.5 points, a first for Democrats since 2004. Global inflation is something that was hard to shut down, but there were other issues that Democrats flubbed, which inflamed the opposition and depressed their base. I'm going to talk about them here because...
No, you're not. The bottom line is simply this. She sucked. Trump won. That's it. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? This is the most ridiculous bit of mental masturbation I've ever heard in my life. That's it. Now, let me explain something to you. And let me put this into perspective, my dear friends. God bless President Trump. God bless President Trump. And God bless Sparky and Johnny Maz and Karen Peterson and Sparky, of course, again, and Evan Webb and PD and everybody else. And Pilgrim Media, thank you. And Howie Brown, thank you. Thank you for this. We're going to return this evening at 7. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to Lionel Nation, and also Lynn's Warriors. She's got a new video coming up. Wait to hear what she has to say about Mattel. You know, the toy company. Wait till you hear what they're doing with your kids. You understand it? Good. We'll talk then. Have a great day. Happy Veterans Day. We salute our veterans. And don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dead.